Hello everyone and welcome to my preview of the January 5th show of Wrestle Kingdom, the Night 2 of the Wrestle Kingdom festivities. What a show that was last night. It's going to be hard to top that one, to be honest. I think that was a great card as far as the Ride guys going over. As much like last night, we have a 6-match card, but we don't really have a pre-show, as I believe the Stardom tag matches and 6 woman matches are not going to be on New Japan World. I think they're going to be a dark match. But I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. At least last year it was like that. I don't think they're going to change their ways. So we're just going to go on to the opener, which is the KOPW 4-way matchup, which, as you saw from last night, it's going to be Toru Yano, Bushi, Bad Luck Fale, and Chase Owens. I'm really hoping for a Toru Yano win. I feel like this is his domain. It's the comedy belt already. It's already just the comedy trophy. Which, is it unnecessary for New Japan as a whole? Yeah. But you gotta have something in the undercard. I get where they're going with. It's random as hell. And I almost respect the randomness in a way, because it's just like, I would have never fucking guessed a 4-way where it was going to be Yano, Fale, Chase Owens, and Bushi. Just would never have fucking guessed it. But, as far as this match goes, I'm assuming Fale, Chase Owens are going to be very much like a tandem, and going to, at one point, either Fale is going to get pissed off at Chase Owens, or Chase Owens is going to try to double cross him. So that's just kind of where they're going to go at it. I feel like Bushi's going to take the fall, just because they'll protect Chase Owens and they'll protect Fale. But I could be wrong, though. Obviously with Gato booking, you never really know. But you have to expect the unexpected sometimes. But yeah, Yano walking out of Wrestle Kingdom as the King of Pro Wrestling 2021 trophy holder, for now, I think it makes sense. I think as far as what he needs to do for 2021, his path, as far as a whole, I think it just makes sense. It feels like this is his domain, if you will. As the next matchup, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, it is kind of cool that both tag team titles were both at Wrestle Kingdom. They're both second on the card. As the champions, Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado, taking on Master Wato and Ryusuke Taguchi. As the team of Ryusuke Taguchi and Master Wato, as they are known as, I think it's Master, no, it's 1 or 8, which is basically alluding to the 18-year age difference between Taguchi and himself, which that's also Japanese for one's chance in life type of thing. It's something somewhat loosely translated to that. With Taguchi and Master Wato, they've had one win over him. They beat El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru as back in, I believe, and they've had wins recently in singles matches. December 22nd, Taguchi beat Kanemaru, and then we have this here. The past couple of weeks now, they've been going at it. So it just makes sense. As I feel like now with Wato, he's pinned El Desperado, he's pinned Yoshinobu Kanemaru in singles matches. He's pinned, or Taguchi's has pinned Yoshinobu Kanemaru back in December. Feel like they're just gonna keep the belts on Despy and Kanemaru, which, fair fucks to El Desperado. El Desperado had a crazy 2020. If they drop the belts, Kanemaru's gonna take the fall, and maybe they'll have Despy go on to do other things, and more solo-wise in the junior division. Maybe he will attack whoever wins in the junior match, kind of later on tonight, or even at the New Year's Dash show, just to kind of fully fledged what he's going to do in 2021. Let's go for the junior title, which I think that makes sense. So at the same time, I feel like Kanemaru and Despy, they desperately need a win. I don't think it should come, though. I guess at the same time, Desperado needs to move on to bigger, better things. And what better way to do that than have the new young tag team of the young Master Wato and Ryusuke Taguchi. Master Wato in his first Wrestle Kingdom, so that's fun. He's getting a little title win out of it. Hope, fingers crossed, But Like I said with the tag title match, though, last night, that was the one thing that was like, well, would have changed was how Dangerous Tigers didn't keep the belts. But I feel like that could happen here, where the one thing would be like, well, I wish Taguchi and Wada won the belts, but it is what it is. The next matchup, never openweight title matchup, first time meeting between these two is the Shingo Takagi, the champion, taking on Jeff Cobb, the challenger. Jeff Cobb, now being a part of the Empire. This could definitely give them a much needed jolt. They lost last night. I didn't even think going into Wrestle Kingdom that Okada was going to walk out as the winner, but we have the Empire losing both their matches on night one. The Empire's got to do something to stand out and have some type of win. Here with Jeff Cobb winning, even though I feel like Jeff Cobb, to be honest, has not really been to the level that I thought Jeff Cobb could be at as far as in New Japan. Maybe with this match, this could break that mold and he can kind of go on and have a great never openweight title run. But just so far, in the past couple of years he's been in New Japan, just feel like he hasn't been at the level that he should be. And maybe Shingo can get something out of him, though, with this, and they have a killer-ass match. But as, Shingo Takagi, God bless him, he's the fucking man. I hope if he drops the belt to Jeff Cobb, he kind of gets thrown into the title picture with either Kota Ibushi or Jay White, whoever wins tonight. Because I just feel like he's great in the never openweight division. That's, he is what that division is and what it stands for as far as hard-hitting heavyweight / junior guys that could beat the fuck out of each other. But Shingo and Ibushi would be fucking crazy. As far as a title match like main event, that'd be awesome. And even if it's Jay White too, I think him and Jay White, they could have a fun little match because, Shingo's going to bring the fire and the babyface energy. Jay White's going to be the heel. Just both, no matter who wins in that main event, Shingo Takagi as a future challenger, or either it's him winning the cup and taking on the winner, or taking on the IWGP Heavyweight Intercontinental Champion, or it's even at New Beginning where they, faces him. Excited to see how Shingo Takagi does in 2021, that's for sure, as far as New Japan goes. The next matchup, the fourth matchup, is Evil versus Sonata, the former stablemates colliding at the Tokyo Dome. Man, I want to love this match. I want to be excited for this match. I want to be someone that's like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. I'm really not looking forward to it. They have had, they've had better matches when Evil was kind of LIJ Evil. Now with this new era of Evil, a new character of Evil, making his debut in the Tokyo Dome and whatnot. Just feel like this match is going to fall flat, especially compared to if Jeff Cobb and Shingo have a killer match. And this match happens, and it's just going to be a bit of a dud going into the co-main, which I'd be fine, though. A bit of a cool down before the co-main. And it sucks, though, because I feel like Sonata, he's had bigger matches going into Wrestle Kingdom in the past, like him as actually Junior for the Rev Pro title, stuff like that, where you just got to go like, well, those matches, were great, and he got to be on that display, but he hasn't really had a big singles win at the Tokyo Dome. Neither has Evil, obviously. But for one of these two men, and I feel like they're going to give it to Evil, because he's had such a strong 2020, albeit wrongly, but it feels like they're both going to try to do their own, at December 22nd at the Corgan All Show. Sonata hit Evil with the Everything is Evil STO, and I feel like that that type of fire and hunger. I think both guys are going to try their finishes. I'm hoping Sonata gets the win. I feel like that's not going to happen, though. But, listen, fingers crossed. It could happen. It could happen. I wouldn't say it's a 50-50 shot. I'd say it's more like 60-40 Evil getting the win. But, this is, I love that it's 2-2, though, the singles records going into this match. So we've had 2 wins for Sonata, 2 wins for Evil. Makes sense we have our 5th match here at a big-time event like Wrestle Kingdom. It's the co-main event. It's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title matchup. It is Taiji Ishimori, the champion, taking on the challenger, and the man who just beat El Fantasma the night before, Hiromu Takahashi. They've had their 3, Ishimori and Hiromu, 2-1. Now with this matchup, makes sense that they're at the Tokyo Dome for this one, as they had their Jinju Stadium matchup. I just feel like these two, they've their best match is behind them as far as with the Best of Super Juniors finals. Maybe they could surprise me. I feel like Hiromu had a pretty solid matchup with El Phantasmo in the opener. I think now, with this being in the co-main event, they could really... I'm hoping that it's not as lack of psychology as the opener was. I'm hoping that they can work a junior style that's not necessarily, fast-paced car crash style for 15-20 minutes. I'm hoping for a 30-minute where it's a bit of a feeling out process for the first 5-10, and it feels like it's a heavyweight matchup. It has that heavyweight big match title feel to it. So what I'm hoping for out of this. Who's winning this damn thing? I mean Hiromu Takahashi. It's kind of crazy. Wrestle Kingdom, the junior heavyweight title has changed hands every Wrestle Kingdom since 2014. That is a crazy statistic. And, Hiromu Takahashi, he's the best junior in the world. It makes sense. In 2021, he starts out the year as the junior heavyweight champion. As the main event, it is Jay White, the challenger, the briefcase holder, taking on Kota Ibushi. It just makes sense that this is the main event. November, you had the Power Struggle event where Kota Ibushi shockingly lost his briefcase. It somewhat doesn't matter, but I will say this. Kayfabe-wise, Jay White having the advantage because he has the briefcase. I at least like that part of that whole spiel. Him losing the briefcase but then going on and still main eventing a Tokyo Dome show and still winning the championship. Sure, that is fucking dumb as hell, but I do love that at least Jay White, kayfabe-wise, has the advantage going into this matchup. He's fresh. He hasn't just had a killer match. He's ready to go. For Jay White to main event a Tokyo Dome show, crazy. Crazy how young he is into that kind of run. He came back from excursion November of 2017. Here around 2021, starting out the year in the Wrestle Kingdom show. He's main eventing. Obviously, it helps that it's now the 2-night Wrestle Kingdom show. But, he's had quite the path to get here. He's beaten a lot of big names at Wrestle Kingdom. I will say this, though. This record going into it. Jay White and Kota Ibushi, 3-1 as far as that goes for him and Jay White. Jay White's won 3 times, Ibushi's won once. They have had somewhat, I wouldn't say phenomenal matches, but matches that have had great story. They've had great energy and they've had great passion as far as from the crowd. Now with COVID and kind of the instructions of not having, loud verbal applause from the crowd, it's going to be interesting how this plays out. But I think this is going to be a great change of pace from the co-main, where it's going to be a junior heavyweight, where the last probably 5-10 minutes is going to be very fast-paced, high energy, where this it's going to be slow for maybe about 10 minutes. Where the main event last night didn't really feel like it was going to be slow at all. From the get-go, there was stuff, they tried to go slow, but even then, there just the pace and the sense of urgency was there, where it was very rapid. It was just a rapid fucking night in general. Maybe that will have the same feeling here, as it's still, it's basically one match shorter as far as the viewing audience here at home, with Wrestle Kingdom being, a 6-match card. The time has just been flying by compared to years past. So maybe we'll have something a little bit different. But as for this match, winner walking out of this, if Jay White does win, I'm not counting that out. I feel like he has a very strong case of winning. If he does win, I really do hope that he drops the Intercontinental titles. Listen, I don't need these 2 belts. I'm perfectly fine being the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It's too much to carry. It's too, him just being a heel and just dropping that because he doesn't want the belt. If that happens, then I'm all for it. Kota Ibushi, he won his belt. I'm happy he won it. He doesn't need to have a crazy reign now. To me, he's had his moment. He had his time. He's won it all. And Jay White adding to that kind of resume of, alright, I've beaten Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Now he's going to beat Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom. Feel like that's setting up for, alright, I need to take on somebody else and kind of avenge my loss. And that would be a fun new beginning match, him and Tanahashi. As far as where that goes from here, Kota Ibushi, where does that go from here if he does beat Jay White and retains? Really like who's ever going to challenge him next in New Beginning's going to attack him, much like how Kenta attacked Naito after the Night 2 show. Feel like they're going to go with that same formula. It feels like Gedo just can't help himself. But as far as predicting who that would be, Shingo would be fun, as I said, if he loses the belt. And that'd be a fun New Beginning matchup. If they save that, though, and have him just win the cup and have their match at Dominion, I'd much rather have that. So as far as who could be someone that can take on Ibushi at a New Beginning show, and it still be somewhat of a big deal, honestly, Kazuchika Okada would make sense. I mean, Okada beat him at Wrestle Kingdom last year. Okada hasn't been in the main event title picture in the whole year. That would be a fun way to bounce back and be like, listen, you just beat Will Ospreay. That'd be a fun, wow. That'd be a fun, very much like not a B-level main event, but on a B-level show, it being New Beginning. That'd be a crazy way to start out the year. And that'd be a great way to put your best foot forward and have that type of match in the main event of a New Beginning tour. That'd be great. That's just kind of wishful thinking, though, as far as, what Okada does. And then same thing with, Jay White and Tanahashi. I feel like that's a great, not B-level main event for a B-level tour. As far as that's what, if I was in charge of this goddamn thing. We all know with Gedo, the unpredictability, it is unmatched. As, with Kota Ibushi, too, if Kenta took him out, and they kind of rinse and repeated what Kenta did with Naito, honestly wouldn't hate that. It would, just because he's got to do something as we wait for Jon Moxley for him to be able to come back. Because with Renee being pregnant, I feel like he doesn't want to leave just yet out of, going to Japan for a tour. Maybe he'll wait just a little bit, maybe post, for the Dominion show. I would feel like that would be a great place to do the U.S. title match between him and Kenta. So you have all that time to kind of fill in. Why not just rinse and repeat what happened last year to have Kota Ibushi take on Kenta? That'd be a fun match, too. As two men that have a big history with each other. That'd be a great another A-level type main event, but on a B-level show. It's exciting times, I'll be honest. I'm way more excited going into 2021 than I was leaving 2020 for New Japan. Last night really, lit a fire under me, and as far as a New Japan fan again, I was just like, alright, we're coming. We're seeing, we're parting the ship now. We're getting it back on course as far as what New Japan is capable of doing, or what New Japan should be doing. But again, thinking of Wrestle Kingdom last year, was like, alright, they're doing the right thing. You have you have Kenta and Naito. Feels like it's going the right way, and then they completely changed course and went the wrong way with the New Japan Cup. So it could easily go astray with a simple, ill-timely turn or push, or just changing of a character that can kind of dictate how the changing of the main event booking can go. Because if you have a strong main event, you're going to have a strong card. You see it with how Go Shiozaki is being booked in Pro Wrestling Network. When you have a strong champion, a strong main event, people will watch and people will follow the product. You can't be second or even third banana now with how Pro Wrestling Network and All Japan are doing with their main events. You don't want to be that second, third banana as far as on the tier level of main events. Because if you're just having evil main events with Kota Ibushi, and that's another one, Evil. If Evil beats Sonata, and then he takes on Ibushi, I mean, what a B-level main event for a B-level show. That makes more sense more than anything, the way Gedo has been booking this goddamn thing. I would just be devastated if that would happen. If Jay White wins and it's Evil, I'm kind of intrigued, but it's still B-level main event for a B-level show. Just as far as I was just when Evil popped up, I was like, man, they would fucking do that. Gedo would definitely go that route and just completely fuck over everything. But I think that will do it for my preview of the Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 2 show. a lot more like interesting pieces going into this night too. I do feel like it was the lesser of the two shows on paper. Can it deliver in a different way? I'm gonna say no. I think it's gonna not be on par as night one was, but who knows? I do feel like the match of the night is going to be Taiji Shimura and Hiromu Takahashi. I think that's pretty much a layup. I don't see really any match being on that level. I could be shocked though. I could be surprised. But I'm just going to play it safe and say that Taiji Shimura and Hiromu Takahashi is going to be the match of the night. Thank you all for listening, as I hope you all are at least excited or intrigued into the show. I know going into Wrestle Kingdom last night I wasn't so much, and then walking out of it I was like, well, that was what a great show. Hoping that same effect happens here, so we will catch you guys for the review of this show. Take care, everyone.